Hey everybody, I'm Nick Layton.
And I'm Leah Bottima.
And we're the hosts of Were You Raised by Wolves?
Each week we try to make the world a kinder, nicer place.
Well, that's the idea, at least.
I mean, we try.
Have you ever wondered what to do if you're ghosted?
Or what to do when a friend asks you to borrow money?
Or the proper way to eat Cheetos?
You know, the big questions.
So please find Were You Raised by Wolves wherever you listen.
You're listening to Heritage Radio Network.
Berryville is a hamlet in rural America, part of the upper Delaware River Valley in the western Catskills, but it could be anywhere. Berryville is the climax of civilization. Yeah, the Trump flags are flying, even as gay bikers are rolling through town. This is a hot take on rural America, and whether you're new to rural living, if you've ever been bullied or beaten up in the country, or live in the city and just dream of getting away, this show is for you.
Everything's better in Berryville.
Everybody's talking at me. I don't know what to say.
I love it when you dance to your own song, Johnny.
I haven't heard it in a while.
I know. It's good to see you. We're back, everybody. All right. And
Wow.
feel like we've been on tour around the world, all around Sullivan County. Where haven't we been?
All around Highland, that's for sure.
You know, all around Ulan. That St. Patrick's Day parade sure was something, huh?
I mean, I have to tell you, it was such a labor of love. You know, when I was going door to door last summer, a lot of people, I said, you know, I really want to make each hamlet special and really give it its own identity so we can make everybody feel good and represented. And more people referenced that St. Patrick's Day parade than anything, you know, and it came to a pretty sad end. And I think 2008, 2007-ish, they cast a very wide net, and we had all these firemen from Long Island coming up, and apparently a couple guys pulled guns on each other. There was a man urinating in a moving vehicle. Some firemen burnt down a hotel room up the Eldred Preserve. I mean, it was a real crazy thing.
I heard the stories before my time, but I heard the stories that was all the bad things that happened.
Yeah, so it was a real slippery slope, kind of bringing it back. But, you know, I knew I wanted it to be, you know, filled with all the wonderful community churches, because those are such touchstones of our area. And not come back too big, but also not too small, so that people felt good. And I think we did it.
We did it. Congratulations to you and everybody you worked with, and your culture club that put this together. It was very family friendly.
The Marion O'Neill Culture Club is something I'm really proud of initiating.
It's amazing.
Because she was a big deal in this town, and she was such a conduit of city meets, you know, locals. And I think that spirit needs to continue.
And it was great. And I went down there. I took our mobile studio, the Berryville Radio mobile studio. So I'm going to come back in a little while.
With a superstar.
With a special report with our friend Martha Wurtzel sitting beside me, which was amazing. It was like...
Who else do you want as a parade date, huh?
No one. Yeah. And be careful, Johnny. I think she's gunning for your job. But you were not as town supervisor, as a co-host of the biggest small town podcast in the world. But speaking of your role as town supervisor, I thought I really hope was going to see you with a sash at the parade.
Yeah, I didn't want to be too heavy-handed about all that.
I think the Mayor McCheese look would be good.
Well, meanwhile, I was just sort of troubleshooting. Like, I wanted to do everything that needed to be done, you know, with the parade.
But a sash and a top hat.
No, I was too busy cleaning up horse leftovers, you know, like... We invited our friend Alex, who obviously, you know, supplied our horses when we rode into town and started this damn show. You know, we invited him back, and I didn't even think about, you know, the horses leaving us little favors all over the parade route. So I ended up, you know, cleaning up that business with our friend Thomas Bubar. So thank you for that, Thomas.
And you know what? I thought it was good. You're a man of the people, and everyone appreciates that. You know, you don't stand on ceremony for the horse poop. But seriously, the Mayor McCheese thing, why does everyone think Mayor McCheese has a monocle? He doesn't. That's the Monopoly man has a monocle. But he has a top hat and a sash, but no monocle, Mayor McCheese.
I mean, I could use a monocle. For sure. Yeah.
And another thing, the Hamburglar. How could it be that, like, a guy who's obviously a speed addict be hungry all the time?
All right, I think we should trail off and come back with our first guest.
All right, we're going to bring back Claire from Catskill Provisions, and... I'm ready for this party. You ready, Johnny? Ow!
Everything's better in Berryville.
Whoa, can you dig it? And I'm ready for our first guest, Johnny. Boy, am I ready. I'm over the moon and soon to be under the table. Why don't you introduce Claire for us?
Well, this is a dear friend of mine, the wonderful purveyor of Catskills Provisions. I give you, ladies and gentlemen, Claire Morin! Welcome to the studio, Claire.
Thank you both for having me. I'm so excited to be here in Barryville. I love it.
You sound great on the air. But you don't have a face for radio. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Oh, go on.
And you didn't show up empty-handed, so you're already on the short list.
I would love to tell
Muchas gracias.
I would love to tell the audience what's going on here. He basically held her by gunpoint and said, "What do you got in your bag, lady?" And we now have like this beautiful spread around of Amaros and bourbons and all kinds of great things. What are we drinking? What did you just pour for us just now?
Yeah, so this is a super special single barrel bourbon. I typically blend 3 barrels to make each batch of our bourbon, which is then finished in maple syrup barrels. Once in a while, I bump into an incredibly good barrel that I don't want to blend. This thing needs to be bottled on its own. So this is 100 proof. Amazingly, at that high proof, it is so sippable.
This is
What do you think?
beautiful. I mean, this is so.
It's gorgeous.
This is amazing. I don't know what I don't.
It's
even
as
know
close
what
as
to say.
bourbon gets to candy. I don't mean to say that it's too sweet.
It's
but
so
it's,
sweet, yeah.
but it's those notes of toffee and caramel. And usually, like I said, my cutoff point is about 86 proof because it just burns just a little bit. But this is
Yeah.
lovely.
This
It
burns so good.
good.
Wow, look at us.
Wow.
Yeah, look at us.
We're like George Burns and Monty Burns. Over
Oh
here.
man! Hey, so I want to go back to the beginning. When did you start Catskill Provisions? How did it start? And when did you decide to pull the trigger and start making your own provisions?
Yeah, so I started in. It all really came from a passion for beekeeping. I started beekeeping in 2003. For 7 years, I ran upstate Saturdays and Sundays with the idea of opening the hives, just being with the bees, the smells, the sounds. It was so captivating. By 2010, 7 years into that hobby, I decided to resign from my publishing media career of 15 years. And I really didn't like who I had become as that person, and I wanted more of upstate. And you understand. I mean, you
I
fall in love
definitely
with
did.
this area. It's amazing.
Yeah, also, publishing is a cruel bitch goddess.
And that's Mike's former business. If you can't tell his scorn. Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
no, I got out too. Get out of the rat race. Get back
Right?
to the garden, as I always say. Back to the garden and closer to God.
Yes.
So basically, we're at 2010. So then what happened?
Yeah, 2010, I start harvesting my honey. I go into the city and I started selling into chefs that I knew from entertaining clients and taking them out to lunch and dinners and stuff. I loved, obviously, going to restaurants. It was one of my favorite things to do. And so I got to know the chefs really well. And so the first one was at Cook Shop, now the Bowery Restaurant Group. And there was a second restaurant called 100 Acres and 5 Points. And so those were like my main customers. And it just so happened that Mark Meyer, the owner of the whole thing, bought a case of honey in 2010 in September. And I started crying at his bar because I said to him, Mark, I think I just started a business, and started bawling. And this poor man didn't know what to do. So he gave me a big hug, and that was it. So it's been an incredible journey. That together with the farm distilling movement really inspired me to become even a bigger part of the agriculture issues that we were having up here during that time. As you can remember, in 2010, every farm basically was like, about to lose their business.
Yes.
And so it was a difficult time up here for sure, and I saw that as a way for me to support it. And of course, I had a love for whiskey. And I started blending a little bourbon and rye and examining and studying it, and then honey and maple syrup. And so it all became eventually Catskill Provisions Distillery.
Thank the gods that this happens. No, really. I mean, in our bar, especially in New York City, because I think that you guys have made such a loud voice for yourselves in the Catskills. But, in Manhattan at our little speakeasy, your Amaro and your Honey Rye are two most popular liquors that we sell. But one of our signature drinks is the Honey Baby Ginger. And it's
Which,
just,
honestly, with that name,
yeah,
it's bound to be a favorite.
it just rolls off everybody's tongues. But I mean, you guys have created such wonderful, special spirits.
Thank you.
And you should be very proud and very excited. And I heard that we're going to try another new creation today.
Yes.
This campfire business. What is this?
Yeah,
Tell us all about it.
This is by far our best show.
This already feels so good.
So I have a little bit of the Bonfire Rye here, which was the very first rye that I distilled under my own roof in Long Eddy, New York, Delaware
this is the
County.
first. This is the
This
first.
is the very first one.
Oh.
And I had fantasized about a fiery, smoky whiskey.
It's like a mezcal.
I
though.
love mezcal, and I was like, why can't we make it into the whiskey? So I toasted the grains dry in my still. I almost burnt down the whole building. Thank God I came short of that. But this is... please try it. Let it kind of touch your lips and just, get your palate used to it because it is 100 proof. But
Yeah.
it's mellow.
It's wonderful. The
This is
smoke
a high stakes show, also 100 proof. babe.
The smoke is no joke. It's very present.
Yeah.
And I can tell that it's 100 proof as well. Now, where do you stand on rocks, on a splash of branch water? How do you feel about any of
Oh,
that?
I mean, this, honestly, if we had a big rock,
Yeah.
it would be beautiful because it does need a tiny bit of water to just open it up a little bit more. Personally, I love it with a tiny splash of sweet vermouth. Your favorite vermouth in this?
That's like a smoky Manhattan.
Totally. It's
I love
the
it.
best.
I love it.
It really is.
So
The smoky Manhattan.
So you provided this amazing grounding to the center of Callicoon with this gorgeous black barn that exists in everybody's imaginations and in reality. But it's been closed for some time. So tell us, what is next for the Catskill Provisions physical space in Callicoon?
Yeah, thanks for asking. It's been a labor of love for sure. We opened during, we actually opened in the end of May of 2020. So we went through COVID with this open tasting room, and it was kind of the gathering place because everybody that had a connection up here or a place to stay obviously left the city, and it was people from Florida, from PA, from Manhattan, from Brooklyn, all up here. So we were actually really successful and opened, oddly enough, at a good time, I guess, So my wife, Kathy, also was sequestered up here because her business closed in the city. She has a totally different business. And then, so we kind of lived an idyllic year and a half or 2 years, just running the tasting room. Well, it turned into a full-fledged restaurant, which I really was not ready to run.
Which happens to you in Sullivan County. If you say, hey, like with us, we want to serve cider and a little food to go along with it.
Yeah.
The people demand you become a
They
restaurant.
do. People would actually come up to me and go, you need to serve food. Like, they were very aggressive about
Well,
it.
as you're saying, you're from Madrid, you're from Spain.
Yes.
The tapas. There's a reason why tapas came in Spain. It's because people were drinking so much. I think it was by royal decree that you had to serve food with the booze.
Yes.
People were stumbling out of bars and spending all their money on booze. I said, well, you got to start giving away some food.
Yeah.
And that's how the tapas tradition got started. But of course, you need. I love the small plate thing. With
Yes.
drinking, and that's
Totally. Me too.
two
Me
great
too.
things that have happened in this food revolution we've been going through the last 20 years. Is ice got bigger. Right? You got quality ice like you're talking about for your whiskey.
Yeah.
Big giant rock. And small plates became popular in America.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Listen, in Callicoon, we have the Callicoon wine merchant. Robin makes incredible tapas.
Yeah.
I mean, that is still...
His bacalao, croquetas de bacalao.
Oh.
They are not.
Genius.
I brought my friend from Madrid there, and he said to me, "Mike, seriously, I have a Spanish grandmother."
Yeah.
I said, "No, you got to try this."
Yeah.
And 100% plus.
No,
plus, plus,
I
plus,
go
plus.
there and I'm in heaven there. I mean,
It's amazing.
It's impossible in Callicoon to be having this food.
So continue. So you guys, you ran it during the pandemic,
Yeah.
and then now what? Now what's next?
And
What's
now,
the next chapter?
So October of 2023, I was like, I'm done. I gotta shut it down. I need to get back back to my life and health, because my health was kind of suffering a little bit. And I was like, okay, I need to grab a hold of this. And so it took me until March, like early March, I want to say probably late February, when I called an old friend of mine who was the second chef that actually bought my honey when I started. So it was, 13 years ago. And I said to him, look, I'm looking for a situation, somebody that maybe a sous chef that wants to take over, or, I just need a chef. I need somebody to run it. And then I'll do the rest, He just stopped dead on his tracks. What? Are you serious? Oh my God, this is like a dream. This is going to be amazing. His name is Harris Meyer, and he is going to be our executive chef. And he's going to be running the kitchen. I'm so excited for all of us. I didn't want to have that building in town closed because it's terrible.
Sure.
It was the old firehouse, so it's a pretty massive building. And so we're reopening April 11th. We're going to have a variation of...
We will be on the doorstep.
I can't wait for you guys to come. We're going to have a type of gambas al ajillo because he's like, you're from Madrid. We got to do something, And Kathy's family is from Argentina. So we're going to have a little chimichurri situation. But
I love the chimichurri situation. That's going to be my next band, the chimichurri situation.
Can I sing in that band?
Well, I've been trying to get, if you're willing to rehearse, Johnny, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, go on, Claire.
I want to do backup. Come on.
All right,
I'll get the Cassioton out right after this. I'm looking at that tomorrow, though, Claire. I got to be honest with you.
Oh, God.
Honey, baby.
What a booze town he is.
Let's do this. I know. Who
You
knew?
really brought out the
Everybody
best
knows.
in him.
So the Crimson Amaro is an aperitivo style Amaro. I love Amari, and this one I think we kind of nailed it. 15 botanicals. Pollinator gin is the base. So juniper, coriander, lemon peel, orange peel, bitter orange, a lot of herbs. Gentian root is what gives it a little bit of the bitter. But it's really pleasant to sip on after dinner.
But it has this fruit bomb finish, You really get it sort of.
It's kind of wild, right?
It is wild. It's like it's very complex. But this is the juice behind another one of our signature cocktails. This is the we call this the Catskills
Spritz, maybe?
No. What's going on? Where am I? No, this is the Catskills Negroni is what we call this. Yes. And so it has this beautiful effervescent color to it, but it's basically just a gin and tonic with this Amaro in it, and it's lovely.
The color is astonishing, actually.
It makes every drink beautiful, I have to tell you. I mean, it really...
Oh, it's making everything beautiful.
So happy.
I think we just lost Mike, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm here.
Wait, look under the table.
There he is.
Well, this is absolutely incredible, and we're totally... ready for the grand reopening in Callicoon.
Thank you, yes.
And I love going to Callicoon. I mean, it's one of the coolest looking towns of all time, Callicoon,
Isn't it?
right?
It's like an old Western town.
I know,
It really is like a Western movie set.
I keep waiting for Gary Cooper to show up on like the 410 to Yuma or whatever. It's so cool.
Totally.
Maybe we should ride our horses up there, Mike.
Maybe we can do that.
What are you doing spirit-wise next?
So I'm just finishing up a batch of Nocino, which is a black walnut liqueur that we make. Typical in northern Italy, mountains, a lot of black walnut trees. Well, guess what? We have a lot of black walnut trees here, and we're in the mountains. So we had to make it. It's delicious. Very small number of bottles made. We make maybe 13, 15 cases. So not a lot, and you can only get it at our tasting room. But it's really worth, if you're in the area tasting it, is really a must.
I will be there.
We have plans.
All right.
This has been one of my favorite segments. I feel like ever. We don't even have to check in with Mike on this. So, thank you, Claire Marin.
All right, and
you are welcome back anytime.
And we're definitely keeping in the spirit of the season, and we'll be back with highlights of the St. Patrick's Day Parade.
Woo!
Everything's better in Berryville.
All right, we're going to see everybody at the grand opening of the Catskills Provisions on April 11th in Callicoon, where we can dig even deeper into these pollinator spirits. But right now, Johnny, we're going back. We're going way back. We're going back to St. Patrick's Day. And here is the report, my special report from on the scene in Ulen. Here we go. Let's bring in the Barryville satellite. Everybody ready? Well, all right, here we are at the beautiful Crossroads Bar, the swinging, happening Crossroads Bar, which today is the very center of civilization. It is the crossroads of the world here in Ulen on St. Patrick's Day. And we're just checking out the scene before the parade gets started, when I'll be joined with the beautiful Martha Wurtzel. But first, I'm just kind of wandering around. Your rogue reporter, Mike Edison. And hey, here's Shane. Shane, what's happening?
Hey, Mike. Good to see you, as always. Pretty good crowd building up outside. The band is amazing. I see some friends from a local farm riding horses through town. Yeah, it's even better than I could have imagined. The first official kickoff to the parade.
Now, you've been to the other parades. You've been here a long time.
Yeah, I was born in '73, and the following year I was pushed in a baby stroller through the second annual parade. It was canceled, I want to say, in '09, and then run unofficially with the Bakers crew. I used to have Bakers, and I saw the new Bakers crew has an amazing float, and they are continuing the tradition. The Park Bar picked up the torch where we left off and has been running the last 5 years. So it's been an ongoing tradition, and it seems like now it's coming back officially, and it's going to be fun to watch it grow with these local hamlets and new locals and old locals.
I feel like we're definitely having a renaissance here. You brought the sun with us, so you're drinking a Guinness. How many in are you?
I'm 0 in. This is my first one. I'm gonna. I'm in charge of carrying the St. Patrick's statue with a couple of guys, and I want to make sure it gets to St. Anthony's safely. So post parade, I'll start pounding them down.
Sounds like a good plan. I'll see you at the church. Thanks, Thanks, Shane.
Cheers.
And that, of course, was Shane, our town botanist. Oh, and here's Patty from the Sunshine Library just down the road in Elgin. Hi, Patty.
Hi, how are you, Mike?
So you've been to every single St. Patrick's Day parade?
Well, since '86, I'd say, yeah, and, then they stopped.
Tell me some highlights.
The camel, I suppose, and the floats and the candy.
The camel?
Yeah, we had a camel. We had, they used to have a different animal every year. When the dentist, I think, brought it in. I'm not sure.
Wait, you mean a live camel, not like the one that's on top of the oasis, like an actual camel?
It was a live camel, yep.
They're not very nice camels.
Of course, the best was always the St. Patrick's statue and the procession from St. Anthony's.
All right, looking forward to it. I'll see you down at the library. I think I got an overdue book. All right, hey, here's our friend Darryl from the Highway Department, one of our favorite locals and almost regular on our show. What's going on, Darryl? What are you drinking?
How are you, Mike? The Guinness is good. Ice cold here.
And how many have you had?
Just a half of one so far.
All right, start slow, go low. Looks like there's not too much traffic out there today. I'm waiting for our traffic copter to show up and give a real report, but everything looks good.
Yeah, everything's flowing smooth in Ulen.
And, I know you went to Florida and you missed some of the snow, but miraculously, the Highway Department ran without you.
Yeah, those guys are good. They don't need my help.
The best in the world, keeping it clean. All right, take it slow. I'll see you later at the parade. Oh, and here he is, the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour. It's our new town supervisor, Mr. John Pizzolatto. Hey, Johnny, that doesn't sound very Irish.
Well, I got some Scots in there. I am Italian-Irish, and I'm really proud to celebrate my Irish heritage today. So thank you to everybody for coming out.
Well, I think we're all Irish today.
Yeah, that's right. Everybody's got a little touch of green in them, don't they?
So have you started on the Guinness yet?
Yeah, I had soda bread and Guinness for breakfast, for real. So did my husband. He had an non-alcoholic Guinness. Again, we did it with a little Irish butter and everything. It was great. Yeah.
Well, I saw you helping out with the horses before. That's good. Keep you humble.
Yeah, the horses let us know they were here, and so we just wanted to clean up their remains. Yeah, but we're excited they're here. All the floats and all the town pride and energy is really exciting, and it's mounting, so here we go.
I think it's great. The vibe here is amazing. People are really happy to see this parade come back.
And we're back. All right. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody.
All right, great. Now we're going to reset and go out and cover the parade. And here we go at the crossroads of the world, literally today in Uland for the brand new, rashly revigorated St. Patrick's Day Parade. And I'm here with the co-host with the most, my very favorite girl, Martha Wurzel. Hi, Martha.
Hi, Mike.
It's good. Johnny is out, you're in, and here comes the parade. Looks like we're about to get started. I see a fire truck with flashing lights. I know the sheriff just drove by.
And St. Anthony just went by, too.
Whoa, and so we're doubly blessed.
Doubly blessed.
Okay, and here comes the Uland Fire Department. We got a lot of people out here today, a lot of little kids, a lot of everybody. So, Martha, you're saying this is the very first parade that you've seen, the first Uland St. Patrick's Day parade you've seen, even though you've been here longer than all of us.
Yeah. When I was working, I worked at Crossroads, which used to be the Blue Ribbon, and because I'm a member of the Fire Department Ladies Auxiliary, when the parade was going on, we were taking care of food to feed the firemen. So,
well, you were serving a higher purpose then, but I'm glad to see you here today on the sidelines with me, just enjoying it. And the sun is out. It's amazing. Early spring. The daffodils in my yard are already blossoming. I'm a little scared for them. And here comes engine number 4212. Can you dig it? This is so old-fashioned. I love this. This is a small town living at its best.
oh, and here comes the ambulance. Let's hope we don't need that today.
I'm feeling pretty good. I think we have the luck of the Irish with us today. It's still early in the day. Everybody's team's still on their feet, more or less.
Yeah, there haven't been too much drinking going on yet.
Well, it's early. I got to tell you, this has got to be the safest place in Sullivan County right now, with all these cops and fire engines and ambulances around.
Yeah, did you see the sheriff's car? Woo!
So, Martha, you had corned beef hash today, huh?
Oh, it was delicious.
It's my favorite. I love corned beef hash when it's fresh made. Oh, and look, my buddy Jeremy Burrell just brought me a pint of Guinness.
There you go.
So I'm getting into the spirit.
Look at the fire dog.
All right, our first dog. He's not very big. Usually I expect to see big Dalmatians.
He's in training.
Wow, they're rocking it, throwing candy. I feel like Mardi Gras. It's like Irish Mardi Gras here. I'm keeping my shirt on, though.
Oh, look at the farmer's market.
Oh, let's hear it for the Berryville Farmers Market.
Let us celebrate. Isn't that cute?
they've got multiple dogs. You know, Martha, I love these events. I feel it really brings us all together. Small town to see everybody. I mean, literally everybody in town is here.
Just about.
Man, a few notable exceptions, conspicuous in their absence. But I think it brings us together. I always say, these people are all my neighbors. They don't live, next door to me.
Right,
But you live in a small town, everybody's my neighbor.
And everybody knows everybody's business.
Well, hopefully they don't know all of my business.
Only the monkey business. Oh, well, now look at, here comes a 4-leaf clover. Very cute.
It's a dancing shamrock.
Maybe he's had some Guinness.
Oh, and he's getting a hug from a little boy wearing a green top hat. This is just too good. I see a lot of politicians out here today, too, by the way.
Yeah, I met a few.
So I'm not going to say her name, but do you really think the woman who said to you she's a Red Sox fan, do you think she's really a Red Sox fan, or do you think she was just pandering for your vote?
Oh, no, I think she's a Red Sox fan. I've seen her before. Here's the Berryville United Methodist Church, throwing candy to the kids.
And it's my buddy Pastor Dave at the back of the Berryville United Methodist Church. Hey, good to see you, buddy. Oh!
And there's the Easter Bunny.
Man, that is the Easter Bunny. I think the drugs are kicking in. I'm seeing a 6-foot-tall rabbit walking down the street.
Maybe that's Harvey.
We're probably the only two people here old enough to get that joke, Martha.
Probably. Here come the Boy Scouts.
And the Boy Scouts. What's up, guys?
They did such a great job putting all those wreaths on the cemetery for the veterans.
Oh, and here's my favorite float, back to Baker's.
Woo!
What's up?
Hi, guys.
Oh, and they're silly stringing us. Oh, well, they killed. They hit us with the candy. I didn't even have to take my shirt off. Oh.
I got a Sour Patch Kid.
All right.
Yeah, I think I'll give it to my son. He likes these things.
And who's this gang? Are they Sharks or are they Jets? It's hard. Well, this is the best Yule St. Patrick's Day parade I've ever been to.
It's the only one I've been to.
I still find it incredible. You've been here this whole time, but you've been feeding firemen.
Right.
And here's Pastor Charles bringing up the rear. Pastor Charles, come on, say hi to everybody.
Hello, everyone.
Good, happy St. Patrick's Day. We're all green today.
Oh, definitely. Having a good time. How about yourself?
We're good. Maybe you bestow a blessing on the parade.
Definitely. All right, let's pray. Our Lord, our God, bless the people around us, bring the unity that is needed, and get rid of all the deception and the snakes like St. Patrick's did on that day. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. That's a beautiful prayer. And we're here. Oh, here's our friend Margie. Hey, Margie, say hi to the radio audience.
Hi, audience. How are you? Happy St. Patrick's Day, and on Tuesday, happy St. Joseph's Day.
All right, how do you like the parade?
Very good.
Love the parade. I took an 8.5-minute video.
All right, epic. Well, I'm having a great day out here with Martha.
And you should be. Martha's a town monument here.
Oh, my God.
Johnny is out, Martha is in.
Johnny's out, Martha's in.
Yeah, that's
they're both in. They're both in.
There you go.
Well, Martha, it's been a great day here doing this with you. I feel like, what's next? The Today Show? Good Morning America?
Good Morning America. Yeah.
I don't really watch a lot of TV in the morning. Only on Saturdays I used to watch professional wrestling and Bugs Bunny.
I used to like to watch the cartoons on Saturday with my kids.
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't even know if kids even know who Bugs Bunny is anymore.
I'm sure they don't.
Anyway, it was a great parade.
Thank you.
Martha, thank you so much for joining me.
You're very welcome.
Next year we'll have pipers and maybe some snakes. Hopefully no snakes.
No snakes.
No snakes.
No snakes.
No snakes.
No.
All right, well, we can hear the band playing in the back. That's the Black Radish. Let's go have a drink and enjoy the band, and we'll see you guys soon. Thanks, Martha. Love you.
You're very welcome. Love you, too. Bye.
You guys nailed it. That was it. I mean, I was too busy cleaning up horse manure, and you guys were out there just having fun drinking Guinness.
It was a great day. It was a successful any way you look at it.
Yeah. No, I feel really excited, and thank you to everybody who participated.
It was amazing, and next year bigger and better. And I am advocating for a July 4th Independence Day parade. Maybe it's too much too soon, but one of my favorites.
The Marion O'Neill Culture Club is going to come at you in every hamlet, every
parades. We should be the parade hamlet, the parade city. What is it? Euland's the Laurel Hamlet.
Yeah. So we'll work on that.
All right,
let's get to the news.
Let's have a parade. Who doesn't love a parade? All right.
Yeah.
You ready for the news, John?
Yes, I'm ready for the news.
All right, here's the news with your host, John Pizzolatto.
I'm John Pizzolatto, and this is the news to me. Welcome spring and welcome ramp season. Check out the Sullivan County Democrat. Claire Burns has some wonderful recipes in there. For all of you who don't know, ramps are wild leeks that grow in rocky soil, which is definitely this sort of arable climate we have up here. But ramps are so delicious. They're a cross between like a scallion and some garlic. And our friend Claire Burns in the Democrat has lots of wonderful recipes in there for you. I really like when you make sort of like a pesto. Like it almost comes out like a cilantro pesto.
I love the ramp pesto. Yeah. I love ramps, and I love that they're sort of the first thing of the season. They kind of announce spring, like the daffodils, and when my dogwood tree is blossoming, which, as you know, is my barometer for everything. Spring is here. I love it. It means Easter's coming.
Spring is sprung.
It means spring is sprung. It's been fighting. I think we have mud season, then the winter of our discontent or something, then another fall, spring.
And then some brown snow in between.
And somewhere in there is WrestleMania.
Yeah. I know. Priorities, right? Listen, I also wanted to bring to top of mind this wonderful story. Louis Feinstock, who's a wonderful lady. Her mom used to own Under the Pines, but she's a local leukemia survivor. And there's a lovely story about this man from Germany that was her bone marrow donor, who came to Sullivan County to meet her in person. He saved her life twice. He was her match, and I think it's such a heartwarming story. So check it out. It was the cover of the Sullivan County Democrat a couple weeks ago. Eldred native leukemia survivor meets her two-time donor. So, I'm really happy for the family of Lois that she was able to find somebody, and how wonderful that a man many countries away from Germany was able to come through and be her savior. Yeah, and I on a sad note, and this one really strikes home because I love this man, and I know a lot of people in our community did. as well, and still do. The memory of him is incredible, and his legacy is wonderful. But our lovely esteemed correspondent on the St. Patrick's Day Parade, Martha Wurzel, her husband Bill passed away. Actually, the day after the parade, in the wee hours of the morning. But Bill was an incredible person. He was a retired master sergeant with the U.S. Air Force, and I came to know him as the retired manager of the Highland General Store, which was a very wonderful hardware store that everybody used to call Tiffany's. When I first moved up here, I was in there more often than not. But he was an exemplary human being. He made this town great. He was a member of the American Legion. He was a dedicated member of the Highland Planning Board. He was a member of the Beaverbrook Rod and Gun Club. And he was just an all-around wonderful guy that has a beautiful family. And my heart goes out to his family, especially our correspondent, Martha. So we love you, and we'd like to dedicate this show to the memory of William Wurzel.
Thanks so much for that, John. And yes, Bill and Martha are in all of our hearts. It really is people like that make our small town so tight and wonderful. And me and Martha were saying when we were watching the parade, everybody here is our neighbor. We always say, you don't live next door to me, but we live in the same town. You're our neighbor. Martha's heart is filled with love, and I know we all miss Bill. So thanks for that, Johnny.
Everything's better and
Wow, another show. Very emotional show today.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the memory of Bill just weighs heavy in our hearts, but wow, Claire really got us spirited in a way today. That was wonderful.
I'm going to open up this bourbon again to make sure it didn't go bad since the last time I tried it.
Yeah, give it another try,
but
guys.
That's it. No, there's so much love in the show. I'm feeling it in this room for Bill and Martha and for really everybody, and at the parade. I mean, it was really glowy. It was glowy.
No, it was glowy for sure, but I want to give a special shout out to all the people who participated in the parade, namely the Sullivan County Sheriff's Department, Ulen Fire Department, Highland Lake Fire Department, Highland Ambulance, Boy Scout Troop 102, Berryville United Methodist Church, Berryville Community Church, St. Anthony's of Padua, Berryville Farmers Market, Back to Baker's, Stick It In, Tim and Erica Schneider. They have a wonderful green contracting business. Thank you to everybody. It's only going to get better and bigger and brighter and shine bright like the town of Highland, the wonderful star we are. That is highlighted on our show.
Amazing.
And I'm just going to keep rambling because I've had bourbon and I've had all these wonderful liquors that Claire supplied.
Well, thanks to Claire from Catskill Provision. And John, please think about the Merrimack cheese thing. Wait, John, can you hear that? I think it's the traffic helicopter. Tiffany Diamond, where have you been? How come you weren't at the parade?
Hi, guys. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry I missed it. It sounded like a real good time. Up Ulen. I was on spring break. A girl's got to have some fun. Everyone thinks the life of a traffic reporter is all giggles and chips. But it's hard work up here. And helicopter fuel ain't free. It's amazing I can stay in the air with what you guys pay me. Do you know I get offers every day? You're not the only town with a flashing light. Now listen, the weather's getting nice and we all have spring fever. I can see it on the roads. Everyone's opening up their windows and playing the radio loud. Summer's gonna be here before we know it. And I'm gonna say it again. Take a deep breath in and out. And slow down. Don't text and drive. We've got the weekend warriors flocking back, and the Upper Delaware litter sweep is coming up. So keep your eyes out for people on the road and lunatics on bicycles. I just want everyone to stay safe.
Hey, Tiff, you should come join us at the litter sweep. It's on April 20th, 420. It'll be really cool.
Mike, sorry I can't hear you. The copter's too loud. Over and out from Tiffany Diamond here in the Berryville Radio Traffic Helicopter.
Well, all right. Now that's a show. We'll see you soon. We love you all.
Everybody's talking at me. Don't you hear them saying? People don't stop and staring. I can't see their faces. Only shadows of their eyes. I'm going sunshine to the
This show is powered by Simplecast. Thanks for listening to Heritage Radio Network, food radio supported by you. Keep in touch at heritageradionetwork.org/subscribe.
Hi, listeners. We want to tell you about a podcast we're really digging. It's called Christopher Kimball's Milk Street Radio. Every week, they travel the world to find the most fascinating stories about food, including children who harvest cod tongues after school in Norway and a detective who tracks down food thieves. And on Milk Street Radio, you can always find the unexpected. The comedian who ranks apples using an elaborate 100-point system, the secret history of grocery stores, and how to eat your way through Italy. They also interview the most beloved names in food like Jacques Pepin, Sola Aweli, Jose Andres, Jet Tila, Ina Garten, Nigella Lawson, and Padma Lakshmi. Plus, co-hosts Christopher Kimball and Sarah Moulton do live calls with listeners and answer their questions about ingredients, techniques, and culinary mysteries. Like, why roasting a leg of lamb made one caller's oven explode? Ever wonder why your bread won't rise or your souffle falls flat? Chris and Sarah have the answers. You'll also hear from a rotating cast of contributors, including Kenji Lopez-Alt, Cheryl Day, Dan Pashman from The Sporkful, and Alex Ainuz, a French guy cooking from YouTube. Take a listen at 177milkstreet.com/radio or just search your podcast app for Milk Street Radio.